Thank you, Deputy Speaker. And I move the motion relating to International Women's Day in the terms in which it appears on the notice paper. And I rise to speak to this motion moved in my name. I'm very proud to be able to talk today about the significant investments by the Albanese Labor government to advance gender equality in Australia. The struggle to achieve gender equality is by no means new. I want to acknowledge and pay tribute to the strong women who came before me, to those who have been fighting for change long before I was born. Women like suffragettes Mary Lee and Mary Colton, who fought to change the prejudicial views that society and the law held against women, not being able to vote. Women like Alice Henry, a socialist who fought for women's hospitals, labour reform and disability care. Alice yearned to enter politics but couldn't simply because she was a woman of her time. And Jessie Street, a great Australian diplomat, suffragette and campaigner for Indigenous rights. As Australia's only female delegate to the founding of the UN in 1945, Jessie ensured the inclusion of a clause in the UN Charter forbidding gender discrimination. What incredible foresight. And I want to recognise the strong, smart and staunch Labor women who continue to fight for equality today and every day, and indeed all women in this parliament. We have lost, however, two formidable sisters in recent months, and I pay special tribute to our colleagues Peta Murphy and Linda White. Past women have paved the way for change, and we are so grateful for the opportunities they've provided for women today. Australia is now ranked 26th internationally for gender equality, up from the 43rd place we were in 2023, and we can be very proud of that. The gender pay gap is now at a record low of 12%, and as a historical first, we've now got a majority female federal government. And 60.4% of women over the age of 15 are now employed, compared to 59.9% in 2023. These statistics speak to the progress we have made in advancing gender equality in Australia, but our progress isn't fast enough. Women are still being paid less, they retire with less, and they experience high rates of violence. We can't just hope that this gets better. We need a plan, and we need to focus our energy. I'm proud of to be part of an Albanese Labor government that is determined, and this government has just released Australia's first ever strategy for gender equality titled Working for Women. It outlines a 10-year plan to achieve gender equality and how this government is going to get us there. The strategy focuses on targeted action in 5 priority areas. Gender-based violence, which is the most heinous crime and so significantly skewed at women being the victims. It is, in this year alone, 19 women have been killed in Australia by acts of violence, according to the Australian Femicide Watch, and we are only in March. We have committed $2.3 billion in the National Plan to End Violence Against Women, and will continue to support Australia's National Domestic, Family and Sexual Violence Commission to support and amplify the voices of people with lived experience of domestic, family and sexual violence, and to reduce violence against women. Caring for children and those that need assistance is a job that disproportionately falls on women to do, taking many out of the workforce and into poverty. That's why we're also focused on the unpaid and paid care. We've increased paid parental leave up to 26 weeks, and women will soon be getting paid super on that leave for the first time. That has been far too long, that struggle. We've made childcare cheaper, and we've increased wages for aged care workers. We're developing a national carer strategy to deliver a national agenda to support Australia's carers. We also know that women want economic equality and they need economic security, and that's why we've given every woman taxpayer a tax cut. On average, 6.5 million women will receive an average tax cut of $1,649. We've made gender pay reporting mandatory, and we're supporting more women who are raising children alone through changes to parenting payment single and the child support system. We won't be taking our eyes off structural reform. There's a lot of work we're doing in health, in leadership, representation and decision-making I call on the House to support this motion today. We should never sit whilst gender inequality exists in this nation.
Is there a seconder for the motion? Member for Reid?